This claim that illegal immigration is just going to go down if Trump is in office is objectively not true. And again, you're trying to get rid of this distinction between illegal immigrants who are called getaways and people that are seeking asylum through legal means. And the issue we have, again, is that there's an influx of people coming after COVID, right? You talk about the difference between Biden and Trump's border policy. There's actually not a lot of difference other than that Biden tried to make it a little bit more humane. The only real difference between the two is that Biden had a more humane policy on trying to keep people together, keep them out of harm's way. When you talk about things like remain in Mexico, I know people on the right really like that, but the whole point of seeking asylum is that you're trying to get to the US for safety. So there's plenty of people who are going to do remain in Mexico, and their life is going to be in more danger versus if they're staying here. If you look at the bipartisan border bill that was suggested, if that had been passed, we would have had still a cap on people that can show up, but it would have been, I think, around 5,000, after which the president can say he wants to shut down the border or temporarily cease people from coming in. We have 3 million cases, again, on backlog. The issue here is not that Democrats want people to just flood into the country and eat all the cats and dogs. That's a made-up talking point, and it has no basis in reality. The fact of the matter is that we have a situation where, as people were saying earlier, the US has destabilized a lot of other countries, and for other reasons as well, these countries are experiencing instability. And if you look after COVID, we had a skyrocketing of people showing up at the border. And the way you solve that, number one, is not by demonizing them. It's not by getting rid of the distinction between getaways and people that are seeking asylum. It's to make sure we have a system, which I think you should be able to agree, that is efficient in handling these cases. If we have more immigration judges, then all these people that are seeking asylum that are waiting for 1, 2, 3 years in the US, they're gonna have their cases heard sooner, and you're probably gonna see the number of people here seeking asylum go down as some cases are accepted and some are rejected, right? So the main issue we have here, it's a lack of funding, and funding can't come from the executive branch, it comes from legislation. And I think it's important to note that what Mitt Romney said is that Trump called Republicans, and he didn't say, I don't like this bill. He said this bill is gonna give Biden a win on immigration, and we don't want him to have that. So I'm not saying that you believe that, but the person that represents your party is playing political football with this, and there's no basis in reality to anything he's saying.